Well, I think there've been many. I think first, I've actually been able to. We actually got connected to a collaborator to put in an NIA grant early this year through one of the community members, which was great because we were looking for a collaborator and we found one through a fellow member. But I think it's also it's great to understand what folks are going through at the same stage as us. There's many companies that are in a similar stage where they're getting close to being commercial, and the risks, which are regulatory and reimbursement, are common. So, and there's obviously shared resources one can use to be able to address this risk preemptively.
I think the biggest impact so far, we're relatively new to the community. We joined at the tail end of last year, so it's just about 6 months. But I think it's just connecting with a lot of individuals who have a similar mission. They're trying to solve this big problem, maybe tackling it from with different approaches. And I found that to be very invigorating, motivating, and also helpful. We can all help each other out, and that's what we've been doing with some of the startups and the advisors in the network.
Certainly, collaboration has been great. It's good to get feedback on thoughts and ideas of how we want to present things. That's certainly been very invaluable. And obviously, doing my first podcast, just getting experience, it was very good. You guys have just a tremendous team that help facilitate driving down to the lowest common denominator so that we can have a more pithy message to get right at the problem. So thanks very much for all your help.
First of all, the coaching is unbelievable. So thank you for that. Coaching comes from various sources within Startup Health, whether it's guests or you guys' team or the open office hours where we just coach each other. It's fantastic. And the second thing I'd say is, I have to be honest, at the scientific meetings and the conferences, having a home where people and feel like you belong instead of walking around with your bag over your shoulder, collecting swag and wandering from booth to booth is lovely. It really is lovely. It's nice to have a home. So thanks for that.
Well, actually, it's that this community, right? Like that big difference before, like now, like it's peers that I see at different conferences that are now part of that ecosystem. So learning also from their process has been very useful for us, sharing that community. And also, like we've recently announced a few collaboration with some other health transformers to support them in their early journey on the clinical side. So it's been valuable for us.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you really much for this opportunity. This is awesome to be able to present the tech and the company and where we are at. For me, it's really like the value of community and being in a space where we feel safe, to share about vulnerability, about, where our weaknesses are and get the feedback, from people who support us. So this is really awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You've heard me say this before, Stephen, but I feel like I belong among a lot of people who are just as passionate as I am. Many of them have type 1 diabetes like I do. They truly understand the struggle that we have on a daily basis, and they're all trying to make a difference in their own different ways. And it's amazing to see how many people are doing so many different things. So that's what I love when you bring all these experts on that we get a chance to talk to. Obviously I'm sitting in front of the experts right now, but even on a monthly basis to get in front of people I never would have met. And I've also, Earl Hirsch, as you said, Dr. Larry Hirsch is the gentleman who's one of my partners now. So I never would have had any of those opportunities as a guy with a great idea if I wouldn't have had Startup Health in my life. So it's been incredible for me.
Oh, thank you, Bill.
I think it's the constant access to advice and just introductions, I think has been great. We've had some investments from the existing T1D board as well, so that's been great. But just learning from the fellow moonshots as well as the fellow transformers have been significant, and just overall collaboration with the Startup Health team has been pretty good.
I think the single biggest would be probably through the publicity that we got from kind of joining this T1D and Moonshot community. we got connection to the global health labs, and it really helped us to make the POC and kind of pushed us forward. And also in terms of the community, to be able to discuss with other founders and kind of find this similar type of people, it really helps when you are doing this development.
Thanks. Yeah, I was just going to say this board meeting was the highlight so far. You know, just as what I think Sammy said, you know, the community has been great. I've met with lots of the founders I've met, and we talk about partnerships or how to help each other out. And, you know, when you're a first-time founder, that's especially important. And then, you know, Logan's been great at writing up things for us and getting it on LinkedIn and whatnot, which right now we're fundraising. So that's been very crucial to getting some calls, which has been nice. So thank you all for that.
Fantastic. Great job. Appreciate everybody.